One and all, get ready to swing those baguettes. Welcome back to the channel. Midweek muster number 16. We got a fun one here. A best of 5 quarterfinals between Baltoon and Vortex. That's right, the big tuna from the north has finally signed up, but he faces off against the bull from the south. French in the hands of Vortex, Baltoon with the Jeanne Dart pick. We are going to be kicking off on Lippany. Reminder, single elims on these. So excited, man. It only took 15 iterations to finally get Baltoon to sign up. We done it. It's Gucci. I'm glad, man. Like, Baltoon has been a rising star. He's always been very entertaining. I remember, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, I remember him, like, DMing me saying, I love what you're doing with, like, the circuit. I don't want to sign up right now because, like, you know, either hiding strategies with, like, you know, I'm too distracted with other things. I was like, dude, it's fine. Sign up when you're ready. This is the whole point of midweek muster. It's not meant to be that you play every single week and you are here every single week. Although if you do sign up, make sure you turn up or I'll beat you with a stick. The whole idea is to give people an environment to improve in, to practice in, to test new formats and new features. Basically a win-win-win-win-win. Or as close as we can get to that for everyone involved. And I'm glad that he's able to start playing because I see that as a win. Vortex, of course, returning now week to week. He was missing for a bit, right? He signed up for 1 or 2 towards the end of 2024 and then took a break. But last week went very well for him. All the way to the grand finals just to clash with Beastie, who's our current reigning champion. This week, though, I mean, I'm thinking about the way he has to go, right? Like, Baltoon could already be quite the challenge. The man who almost slayed Marine Lord early on in the last EGC tournament. And then, what, likely Wham, most probable from that quarterfinal side? Definitely not going to be an easy week. Look at the spawns. Yeah, that is an insanely well-insulated gold area. I wonder if you do just wall this off. We don't really see people walling as much anymore. What would be super sick is actually walling the gold. So this is an interesting dynamic that doesn't get talked about that Baltoon has advantage for that French don't, right? So Jeanne, you'd have to wall past the gold because range form Jeanne. But French, if you just wall here, they can't get in. So we'll see if he actually leans into that a little bit later. This matchup, by the way, very volatile. I think this might be one of the most swingy, volatile matchups in Age of Empires 4. Outside of mirrors, right? Mirrors are very obviously volatile. Like if you both do the same thing, but one of you wins a fight, oh my god, the whole world has ended. I can't believe it. Johnny's never going to say he loves me. I'm not going to be prom queen. Everything is bad, right? But when you look outside of mirrors, Jeanne versus French, and don't judge me on, don't think too much about the prom queen thing. The French-Jeanne matchup, who gets to be prom queen really comes down to the micro because both of them are going to be investing in knights. Now, the scary thing is if you are equal on your micro, French should gradually pull ahead. Few things because of that. 1, the faster producing TC. 2, it's going to be the gradual play into... Wait, my brain is fast. What did I say? Yeah, so it's going to be the scaling TC, and the other thing is going to be the fact that Jeanne becomes more vulnerable as knight scaling gets bigger. If your count is slightly behind, Jeanne dies. There is a sweet spot, though. Usually around, like, 6 to 8 knights, when you just can't get quite round the back before someone has chivalry. That's where Jeanne can build a lead. Because of her ability to smite injured knights. Remember, most players will not build chivalry until they've got bare minimum 4 or 5 knights. Does Baltoon challenge a Jiggly build? He might have been the Byzantine Jiggler, but can we not call it a Jiggly build when you just build knights? All right, Zerton patented that build for French a long time ago. And I can guarantee you Baltoon is definitely thinking about just blobbing a million knights. As will Vortex. For Baltoon, he's very comfortable playing that style. He does it all the time in team games. For Vortex, you know, he sees mass knighting as an opportunity to out-micro his opponent. I've never really known Vortex to shy away from that opportunity. It's one of his biggest advantages. As pro scouts play out between Jeanne and French, I'd say it can feel a little bit better for French just because the more villages you've got working. So you can divert your resources a bit better. Like something we often see actually for French that can give him an edge is a quicker timing on the second stables than Jeanne because of the additional workers. Like remember at this stage, Baltoon has sacrificed a worker while his opponent has been building more. So Balt, let's go start moving out. What is up, Toxic Rage? Appreciate the bits, mate. Thank you very much. Love any and all support. You know what? Just to remind people, whether you watch this live or later, you probably got like Amazon Prime accounts. We all do. We all forget to use those Twitch Primes though. You got to make sure you come by monthly to drop them. because that also supports me on my journey as a content creator. Damn. Okay, Toxic Rage is giving toxic love there. Thank you for the bits, mate. Deer spawns are fairly even, by the way. I don't think anyone got a clear edge there. Baltin's is forward, but it's like closer together. They're just splitting it. Yeah. So if you're wondering why the hell are they splitting it, like why is Vortex not punishing the forward deer? Why is Baltin not attacking with Jeanne? Multiple issues there, right? Like on each side. For Vortex to attack in, you give XP. For Jeanne to attack in, you expose yourself. It's just not worth the risk. So instead, they're just basically negotiating a treaty for 50-50. Everything's American except the baguette. Isn't that because you guys just like have every cuisine? Because why not? Which is confusing because it's something that like we've had conversations in this chat before about people judging the UK for. But, like America does it too. That clash coming in. Good micro by Vortex so far. Yeah, very clean execution. Baltoon just behind. Damn. Okay, that's very important. A 2-night lead snowballs here. Remember what we said about Jeanne not being able to fight? We're already approaching that point. Vortex does want to be a little bit careful. You're approaching the point where Jeanne can snipe you, so he's going to back away. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Shiver in the next 2 minutes. Yeah, considering just pulled 7 more villagers on the gold, I think we are going to be seeing Chivalry very soon. Another thing that's quite interesting, a nice little perk for the French versus Jeanne. You have more damage as well. Remember, Bloomery is default for Blacksmith. It's not default for Jeanne. And that tastes like sadness. Oh, no. And look at that switch. Vortex was thinking about charging under Jeanne, switches target, and pulls away again just before he died. Man, this is impressive. Vortex is not quite able to stop the Pro Scouts, but he's building the lead. Wouldn't Melee Jeanne be better? No, absolutely not. So the problem with Melee Jeanne is you're against Mass Knights. Either form hates Knights. Ranged, you can stay away. Melee, you're basically going to be admitting you're going to have to headbutt charge Cavalry. You see the problem, right? It's much harder that way. And what is up, Witscat? I see you with the Prime sub. Thank you, mate. Welcome back to the Swarm. Like, in theory, I get where you're going with the concept. Like, Jeanne can hide in the Knights, but then you basically have to slow your Knight movement to keep her safe at all times, right? And then the other thing you lose that range Jeanne has is she can end a Knight. If you get a mass melee on mass melee, look at what he's doing. He's just peeling them away one by one. Range Jeanne can potentially kill. Melee cannot. But right now, range Jeanne cannot do a damn thing right. This is harsh. Look at the micro. Chivalry's coming through. You're also fighting into his base, which makes things even worse here. Okay, this is close to over, actually. Baltoon's in trouble. He does at least get one Knight. But this is rough. You haven't stopped Vortex getting Pro Scouts play, right? He's got all the deer back. He's just finishing the stack now. So you 50-50 divided the map. You're now, what, 3 Knights behind? You're going to remain 3 Knights behind. In fact, it's going to be more because, remember, Vortex has a scaling economy. Well, Baltoon has got the play into discounts with Consecration. It's not really comparing at this stage. That's going to come in. Another good snipe. Vortex, maybe getting a little bit cute, but being forced to be so. Yeah, if it feels like he's jumping in too soon, it's because the gold is forward. His other gold is really far away. He doesn't want to have to walk all the way over there without Wheelbarrow. Vortex is changing that. Wheelbarrow on the way. Once that's in, being idled out here isn't going to be as painful. I notice the Baltoon isn't going spears. This is classic knight on knight stuff, right? You never feel like you want to be the guy transitioning. I think from this position, it could be useful to Baltoon. The problem now is getting his troops there. It's so far to run across the map. I mean, in theory, if he could find his way into spears, it would be a super sick turnaround here. Now you see the risk for Jeanne. Look at those health bars. They're just rejuvenating. This is the nightmare territory for her. Shivery coming for Baltoon, but way too slow. Divine Restoration has not been used just yet. But the Knight count is undeniably in Vortex's favor, right? We've got 5 Knights to 9. And he is peeling away the injured again. I'd say that went better than Baltoon was expecting, but it's still a grim outcome. Jeanne being chased now will just about get through the Chokepoint. Has to stand his ground here. Vortex maybe overcommitting, actually. What? Okay, not many knights left to play with here. I can't believe that Vortex. An insane overextension there. Did not respect the terrain at all and became way too thirsty for that Jeanne kill. We'll find it now. But that was wild. I can't believe that. I'm speechless. Baltoon should have been dead in that moment, but Vortex decided to just not play it slow. He got way too excited about what he felt was Baltoon overstaying his welcome. That gives Bolt's potential here to go for one last hurrah before he'd essentially be thrusted out of this game. Vortex was idled on the goal for quite a bit, so you're seeing a lack of goal, way too much food, did slow down his night production. Notice the Vortex is not afraid to fight right now. That's because Baltoon does not have Jeanne here. Whenever Jeanne is not here and you see you have more knights, you A-click in. Like a bat-crazy, insane, middle-aged man. Okay, this is getting too personal. You can't go spears and mirrors because opponent will go archers and win. You say that, but then like you just double back to knights, right? So the whole thought is like by the time your opponent would see spears here, you're already in his base. So like he can't counteract with archers quick enough. It wins you the fight that immediately hits the gold and then surges your lead. The reality check though, like I said though, is it takes too long to arrive. Something that is really good for Jeanne though, that doesn't get praised enough, is Consecration on Racks. Consecration on Racks is actually a lot of food saving, considering how much of the cost is just food. Flash coming in again from Jeanne, but there is going to be Ripple and Knights around the back. Wait, no, where are you guys going? Vortex? What? No. This turned into too much XP. She needs to die now. Okay, so Vortex does come out ahead in the end. The start of that fight was incredibly uncomfortable. But extends his lead healthily. 5 now up, make it 4. I can't believe that though. Yeah, just a little bit cumbersome. Vortex, 2 of his knights went all the way around with the pathing. Basically griefed himself, right? I thought he was going for Jeanne with that originally. It was just apparently a misclick. However, check this. Vortex, he actually found a sneak out. Catches the Golders on the backside. But level 3 Jeanne now in. Baltoon is not dead yet. It's crazy, actually, just 5 minutes ago, how dead he looked. With what should have been the decisive moment in the game. But that choke point hold has now completely flipped the table. Yeah, look at the damage now. You can't micro away injured knights easily anymore. Not against 100 damage strike. Even the Jeanne's rider is just a meat shield in the blob. Remember, they have 170 HP compared to 190 on a knight. So bloody tanky. And also the other thing is Jeanne at this stage can easily snipe. Move in, shoot, get out. So you can kill villagers with very little threat rather to you in the game. Absolutely crazy game this is turning into. Vortex has had to move on to the east side gold now. Courtesy of this run running out. That does put his gold gathering further away from Baltoon, so not a bad thing per se. Okay, dude, you've got level 3. Chill. No, there is no chill. There's only sniping. Sniping like the main character in Sniper Elite, it seems. My, oh my. 7 knights left alive. Vortex is going to have to brute force this fight to protect his gold. Baltoon is just trying to milk him for it. The fact that Jeanne is being ignored is a problem here. She actually adds quite a lot of damage into these engagements. This is ridiculous. Do I dare even check the XP? All right, get your predictions in on Jeanne's XP currently. It takes a lot of knight deaths to get level 4 in Jeanne. But you are making it more and more realistically feasible here. Here you go. So XP count is going to be sitting at 359 out of 1,500 already. We are 15 minutes in the game. Reminder that in most Jeanne games, without fighting big time, maybe killing the boar, you'll see Jeanne level 3 at about 18 minutes. Another clash. He knows he has to defend here or lose the game. Baltoon, I'd love to see him actually just tanking with Jeanne. Remember, she has a superior heal rate. So if you put her on the front line, she can take some hits that knights won't have to. And that makes it a bit easier to milk the fight. Like, the way you have to think about Baltoon's HP pool here, his whole army, if any of them have full health bar, it's inefficient. You want them to be in a state that they can heal. I think it doesn't matter either way, though. Like, this is ridiculous. He's rolling him up on a blunt and getting ready to smoke him here. Movement into the base. Baltu now with double the knights. Vortex, dare I say racks? I mean, it feels like you might need it. He has got farms, so longevity, but look at what Baltun's doing really well. Man, this tiny point has been so critical in the game. Gonna make it hard to raid if Vortex does even get out on the map. There's still plenty of pocket of resources on Lipany, right? You've got all the berries. It's dangerous against mass knighting, but if Vortex leaves his base to raid you, you dive and kill. Looks like Vortex is going to leave the base. Baltun circling the farms. Doesn't see a real threat yet. Interesting use of the Divine Arrow. But hold up. Vortex might be about to get a freebie. Doesn't react to the mill just yet. Deletes the wall. Good reactions by Baltun. And now the dive into the farms. Gotta murder the livestock while Papa's away from home. Vortex, this is going to be way too heavy of a hit. Game 1 will go to Big Tuna.